Welcome to the OneWeb service demonstration. This is a demonstration to show you how the OneWeb system works. Our preference is for people to come into the service demonstration centres. However, we understand that it may not be possible, so we can do virtual demos to our end users and customers to show them a glimpse of the capabilities of the OneWeb system. We would always prefer you to come into the service demonstration centre so that you can use your own laptop, your own device, your own mobile phone, and you can log in onto our network. We have a Wi-Fi point in the demonstration centres where you can log in and actually do your own Teams calls, check your email and do your own work. If you have a corporate network that you can log into, you can do whatever tests you'd prefer to do through that demonstration. And this is the constellation design. So it is 648 individual satellites orbiting the globe. We have 588 active satellites, and they're equally divided against 12 orbital planes. So you can see the orbital planes as they go around the globe. The remainder of the satellites are actually spare satellites. They fly between the active satellites with their payloads powered off, and we have 5 spare satellites per plane. Each plane is separated in altitude by 4 kilometers. This helps prevent interplane collisions. Our highest plane operates at 1,219 kilometers and the lowest plane 1,175 kilometers. And the spacing between the planes is 15.225 degrees. So we have full global coverage and full Arctic coverage. We have launched commercial services and we're continuing to do these service demonstrations throughout 2022, either virtually or in person at our demonstration centres in London, Westcott, Talkeetna, Clewiston, and Gothenburg. This is the setup we have at the demonstration centres. As you can see, we have the demo lab, and then here, these are the primary test units. So in the demo lab, we have 2 large monitors and a desktop PC. This goes on to the CNX, which is the customer network exchange. It's how you connect from the computer onto the terminals via the monitors. And then we have here the primary and the secondary antenna. So in this particular instance, we have land-based user terminal, which has 2 parabolic antennas. We have a primary antenna and a secondary antenna. And as we're showing you on this Celesttrack tool, the primary antenna will be looking at the first satellite that's in view, whilst the secondary antenna is searching for the next satellite in view. And every 2.5 minutes, or between 2.5 minutes and 3 minutes, we switch satellites from primary to secondary antenna. And it's a make before break connection, so there's no loss of service for the end user. Here's an example of our user terminals on the roof of the demo center. Here we actually have 2 user terminals. Each user terminal is 2 antennas, a primary antenna and a secondary antenna. We'll now give you a demonstration of how we log into the user terminal. So this is our local user interface. A little bit like possibly your home router. There's a login and you can then check the status. Here we can show you how you can install the antenna. It's a very simple procedure. Once the antenna is installed, you come to this screen and then you click start and it will self-calibrate and lock onto the satellites. There are other menus in here, for example, there's information about the actual antenna status. So here you will see we have the antenna status for the primary and the secondary antenna. In this particular case now, the secondary antenna is tracking and the primary antenna is waiting for the next satellite in line. There's also information about the modem, and its status. So here you can see that the modem is obviously online. We have a signal to noise ratio of 12 dB. This varies as the satellites pass overhead. The signal to noise does vary. It goes from around about 13.5, 13.8 down to 2, 3 dB. And this is inherently built into the system. This is how it's actually designed to do. So you will see it's varying as the primary and secondary antenna track the satellites. There's also a control panel here. This can show you the status of the antenna and the modems. And as you can see there, everything is online and connected, all green. So what does this do for us? Well, we have a OneWeb speed server, which is based in our London POP. I can give you a demonstration here of how fast the service is. So if I click here, This goes up from our primary antenna up to the satellite and then down to our ground stations, which are located around the world. But for this particular demonstration, we are using Palermo in Italy and Sintra in Portugal. But OneWeb do have ground stations, SMP sites, satellite network portals, all around the world, including up in Alaska, Svalbard, and these are being continued to be built out as we grow the constellation. So there you can see we had a ping test of 73 milliseconds. That's the round trip time from Westcott here, up to satellite, down to the ground station in Palermo, Sicily, and then across the internet to our London POP where it's broken out to the internet. This unit is configured actually for a 50 megabit per second by 15 megabits per second service. And so there you can see we had 36 megabits download and 13.9 megabits upload. But the interesting point here is 73 milliseconds. Our latency is so low, allows you to do things like working from home in office-based applications, Teams calls, video calls, CRM systems, those kind of things. So what does that mean for you, the consumer, or your business? Well, of course, you could go on to something like Google and we could search for a site that gives heavy video and text. So maybe we go to Sky News in the UK and click go. And there you go, you can see the results and how quickly it loads. And we can look on to Sky News and see some of the headlines from around the world. Waterfall freezes in Canada. Now that looks like a nice one. So the waterfall freeze in Canada as temperatures remain very low. So there's a video from Sky News about a waterfall that's frozen in Canada. Brought blizzards to the Great Lake regions. But as you can see, the video loads instantly. There's no buffering. For me, at least, the video is running flawlessly. For yourselves, where you're watching this video from, because of the internet out of our control, you may see some buffering, but for me, this is running clearly. The sound is clear, no buffering, video running very well. We could look at other streaming services. This is one of the popular ones, and you can see again,
what will you do?
the video runs clearly.
Don't you worry.
Audio
about
is excellent.
Me.
There's no buffering.
Safe in the home for retired
And this is all
players.
because of the very low latency that OneWeb services can provide. So we'll pause that. Perhaps one of the things we could do is go on to something like YouTube. Now, obviously, YouTube is a very popular streaming site. There are other streaming sites available. There's a video. I'll just make this large. Again, so with our low Earth orbit constellation, very low latency, we'll see how this performs. So this is running in 4K on a large 47-inch monitor. And for me, this is running, again, flawlessly. There's no buffering. The audio is clear. I'll let you enjoy that for a few moments. What an amazing looking place. One of the great last wildernesses of this earth. And OneWeb services can reach all of this. Wherever you are in the world, we can connect you. I'll just pause that. So the great thing about the OneWeb service is it is high speed, low latency. This is perfect for applications where you may be in a remote area where there's limited communications. So we can come along and we can put our services in, do remote learning for the school children. We can bring communities onto the internet so they can get in touch with their friends and family and loved ones. Businesses can thrive with high speed, low latency, reliable connectivity. They can use their office suites, they can use the video conferencing, Teams calls, keep in touch with their colleagues, do things like sign contracts on DocuSign or other similar services. So this is really transformational. I'll just check again that it's all connected. So the modem, the status, we're still online. We can run another speed test for you live from Westcott to the satellite, down to our ground station in Sintra or Palermo in Portugal, and then down to our London POP. So there we go, ping time, 74 milliseconds round trip. The download speed, 52.8 megabits per second, and the upload speed, 14.15. And as I said, this unit is configured for a 50 by 15 megabit per second service. So what a fantastic result there for OneWeb. Any questions? please do get in touch with us and we'll be more than happy to help you. And we look forward to serving you. Thank you very much.